is this? July 21st, 20. Is this Rex? Who is this dude? Is this his brother? That looks like the wife. Who is that? Massapequa. Massapequa. Who was that, guys? Who is that? Is that Rex's brother? Who are these people? Michael and Mary Short? These are the people that were killed? Hold on. Let's read this. A benefit ride to honor a slain Henry County girl is entering its 21st year, and law enforcement agencies take another look at unsolved cases after a recent charge in a 13-year-old case in New York. Have you guys heard of this? Tell me in chat, because I haven't heard of this one. Heuermann owns property in other areas, including Las Vegas and Chester County, South Carolina. Henry County Sheriff Wayne Davis said he has not heard about Heuermann's South Carolina property and was not familiar with the route he would take to get there. However, we're open to exploring all options, including the 2002 slayings of the Short family. The bodies of Michael and Mary Short were found August 15th, 2002 in their Oak Level home. Each suffered a single gunshot wound to the head. Their 9-year-old daughter, Jennifer Renee, was missing and presumed abducted by her parents, killer or killers. Human remains found in Rockingham County, North Carolina. About 6 weeks later, were confirmed to be those of Jennifer. She too suffered a gunshot wound to the head, and no arrests were made in the case. The Shorts were considering a move to South Carolina at the time of their deaths, and the couple had been talking to a local real estate agent about selling their Henry County home. Michael Short had been searching for a job with a mobile home moving company in the coastal region of South Carolina. He reportedly visited areas that included Bennettsville, Florence, Conway, and Myrtle Beach. Chester County is situated just off Interstate 77 between Charlotte and the state capital of Columbia. Heuermann bought property there in 2022. Relatives have lived in the area for about 2 decades. The investigation in New York is ongoing as authorities there seek information in the death of a fourth woman, and cases of missing persons and murders are being revisited nationwide. The recent developments coincide with preparations for the Jennifer Short Educational Scholarship Benefit Ride, typically held on the second weekend in August. This year's ride was set for August 19th. Ray Reynolds, who helped organize the event for 20 years, stepped down last year. Reynolds said he kept the date of the second weekend because it fell closest to the anniversary of the deaths, and it was set aside out of respect for the family. He is unable to attend due to a pre-planned vacation. The ride is being organized this year by the Fraternal Order of Eagles. With the Eagles Club being in charge, I'm certain the ride will still be successful. He noted that the proceeds from the event are presented to the Bassett Kiwanis, which, along with the Community Foundation serving Western Virginia, acts as the fiscal agent for the scholarship fund, and they award a scholarship to a Bassett High School graduate every year. When Reynolds stepped aside, more than 60 students had been awarded scholarships, and more than $40,000 raised through his tenure. So they think that Rex Heuermann might be involved in this. The killing of the Short family. So they killed the mom and dad and then took the daughter to North Carolina. I don't know. I don't know how it hasn't been brought up before. I don't even know how I found this, guys. Check this out. I was just searching. Let me put this in the description of the video. Here's, yeah, I agree. The Laundries do have ties there as well. There's the article that I found. The Short family. Michael and Mary Short. And it's gone unsolved since '02. This is just messed up. Here, 20 years later. Okay, here's another article for you guys on this. She was, okay, on August 15th, 2002, investigators found Michael and Mary Short dead inside their home in Henry County, Virginia. Their daughter, 9-year-old Jennifer Short, was considered missing until she was found dead under a bridge in Rockingham County 6 weeks later. Henry County Sheriff Lane Perry said they started at the beginning with the very first 911 call. They re-interviewed witnesses, family, friends, and neighbors of the victim, and even branched out to Jennifer's old classmates who were little children when she was killed. The sheriffs also highlighted a grant they were recently awarded that'll help fund more advanced testing of the evidence in this case. Perry said there are hundreds of pieces of evidence that have been collected over the years. That day at the crime scene, it was if it was even thought it had evidentiary value, it was collected. With that grant, if there is a piece of evidence that wasn't tested, it will have testing. Wow. The sheriff said the annual memorial ride always inspires a call every year from someone with a new piece of evidence. Saturday could be the last one put on by Ray Reynolds. He was neighbors with the Short family when they died and has organized the event every year since. Wow. This is crazy. If Rex is involved in this one too. I'm shocked none of you guys have heard of this one. The mom looks just like his wife, doesn't she? That's really eerie. Oh my God, Florence. Florence, Colorado, too. What about the other couple that was killed? Oh, I thought you meant Florence, Kentucky. Okay, here's more photos of them, you guys. Dude, she looks like Rex's wife. Weird. There's the little girl. Oh, man. They found her skeletal remains and teeth.
Sync dynamic effects. Smart lights that transform any...
Hold on, let's watch this. This is from August 18th of 2022, this video from The Sun.
Something, and that could open up this case and bring the killer to justice.
But if there's someone that heard rumors about some type of abuse, some type of anger, something that would have been directed towards his family, please bring it forward.
City of Tucson partnered with 15 community agencies.
That's weird. It just ended. But anyways, we'll read through it. Mystery surrounds the murder of two parents who were killed execution style before the skeletal remains of their daughter were found weeks later. This is the Short family. She looks so much like Rex's wife. This is really weird. They had a $62,500 reward and still never solved it. Okay, Michael was 50 and Mary Short was 36. The bodies of Michael, 50, and Mary Short, 36, were found by one of their employees on August 15th, 2002, but their 9-year-old daughter had vanished. A horrified family spotted human teeth and skull fragments on their property. In the podcast, Who Killed Jennifer Short, Lisa Albert Vaughn recalled how they initially thought the teeth belonged to some sort of wild animal. It wasn't until her family dogs were playing with what they thought to be a turtle shell that her husband called cops to take a look because he felt something was amiss. It was a skull. Jennifer was shot in the head. Members of the Short family were exhumed from their graves, but investigators couldn't determine a motive for the murders. Rockingham County Sheriff Sam Page said, "We've gotten more inquiries about this particular case than I've seen in my whole career in law enforcement. I can't imagine what the Short family and their relatives had to go through. But we've been in contact and we will stay in contact. I consider y'all family because you've helped keep the dream alive about this investigation and solving this case." In 2009, there was a break in the case when the FBI released a suspect sketch in the Short murders. Witnesses from the mobile home site that Short owned and operated said they had seen a man near the Shorts' home in the early morning. It was believed to be a man in his mid to late 40s at the time and was sitting in a white flatbed truck on the night of the murders. Investigators say they've never established that a sexual assault occurred during the horror crime, but they want to rule it out, especially after Jennifer's abduction. Oak Level, Virginia has a population of 466 people. 400, and this is the sketch. That's their house. That's their brick house. This is the sketch, though. This is someone who was sitting in a truck. It's so creepy. Just Samantha, I know it. I know it. It's opened up a whole nother avenue. I don't know what to think of this. Look at, there she is in her yearbook. What the heck? Those are two slightly different. See, one's aged him. The one on the right has aged the guy. Yeah, I don't know if I believe that. I mean, I'm not saying she's lying, but I was questioning her being ill. I mean, it's pretty convenient. Your husband is suspected this serial killer, and, you know, you can't be bothered because you're sick. I mean, I'm not saying she's not, but it'd be pretty convenient. They have the Jennifer Renee Short Memorial Bridge they dedicated to her. Why did their house burn down? Short's family, what? And then it burned down, y'all. What the hell? Then their house burnt down. OMG.
Good.
Because this commercial doesn't look creepy.
Associated with a cold case murder that made national headlines nearly 2 decades ago. A fire destroyed the home this morning. 10 News reporter Coulter Anstad is live there. So Coulter, what did the family that owns that property now, what do they have to say today?
Yeah, Lindsay, I spoke to the son of the woman who owns this house. He says he doesn't know what his mother is going to do with it now. She had been renting it out, but recently it had been empty. The smoldering shell of the house where Mary and Michael Short were shot to death in 2002 was all that remained of the house late this morning. After the Shorts were killed, Hardin Crumb's parents bought the house and have owned it ever since. He heard about the fire while listening. To the house and have owned it ever since.
So this guy bought it after these people were murdered in it. And then it was rented out. And then it burnt down. And he's the one that reported it because he heard it on, what are they going to say, a scanner?
He heard about the fire while listening to the radio this morning.
I didn't know what could be on fire because I know it didn't have no power to it. I know it couldn't be something like this.
He had no power turned on. There was no power turned on in the house. There was no power turned on in the house.
So, I don't know what they're going to find.
He's well aware of the house's history.
That's a big tragedy in itself, but it's right here. Thankful wasn't nobody in it.
Collinsville Volunteer Fire Department Chief Tyler Beam says the Short family murder case is well known to the community as a whole.
I know they do that Jennifer Short ride every year, and that's awesome that they do keep it involved and everything. So I'm sure there's a lot of people in the community that it has affected or will affect.
Firefighters were on scene for about 5.5 hours this morning. A plastic gas can was collected near the house in a backyard and put into an evidence bag. The fire investigator said, however, that doesn't mean it's actually evidence. Since the cause of the fire is not known, anything that could potentially be evidence in the future has to be collected. Investigating the fire was tough this morning because going into the house.
Okay, why is he putting his bare hands inside the evidence bag? See, what is this? Look, why is he doing that? The dude that put it in there had gloves on. See, he's holding the bag. You see this? He got it out of there. He's got gloves. And then this dude comes over and starts shoving shit in there. With his bare fucking hands.
Since the cause of the fire is not known, anything that could potentially be evidence in the future has to be collected. Investigating the fire was tough this morning because going into the house was not safe.
The roof and the floor had collapsed.
An insurance investigator is being called in to conduct an independent investigation. As for the Short family murder case, the Henry County Sheriff's Office does occasionally get potential leads. If you have any information about the murders or the fire, contact the Henry County Sheriff's Office.
Okay, if you have any information, contact Henry County, Virginia Sheriff's Office. The house had no power. They found a gas can. His parents had been running this house. Wow. And we came on this, if you're just joining, is we were looking up some of the bombshells from the press conference today, which you may have to be kind and rewind, but I will break this into other videos for you guys. Tube socks, dicks, and tater tots is what Wednesday is about. So, so we watched this press conference, and then it led us to looking up this singles club, or this swingers club in New York City that allegedly Rex Heuermann and his wife went to. And then from there, we just started Googling, and we ended up with this unsolved case that a local newspaper has linked to the Heuermann case. Maybe. This is the suspect sketch of the Short family, someone who was sitting outside in a white flatbed truck outside of their home, shot them execution style, a town of 450 people, shot them execution style, took their little girl to another state, and then murdered her. I don't know what you mean by that. Timeline on Gilgo Beach. M's versus this Short family, M, and the arson on their house. So the arson looks like it happened 2019. So would something have made Rex spooked or something in 2019? 2019, the house was burned. Jammers, what's up? We have been swinging the cocks, keeping them out of the tater tots, and all that good stuff. All that good stuff. Teresa, yes, we are family. Thank you for being a member for 3 months. It's only been 3 months, she says, and it feels like